Well, with Boku No Hero being one of my favorite anime in this season, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it as much as I did when Naruto first started, seriously, this is one of my favorite anime of all time already. I guess it's time to create another video based upon it. And if you're thinking, another? When did you make a video in the first place? Well, I've actually done 2 videos on Boku No Hero Academia, one 10 things you didn't know, and why I love this series. I literally covered about that you should watch this anime. Check out those videos if you'd like after this one. So season 1 and season 2 of the anime have literally taken over. Everyone seems united in saying this series is really well produced and is a great shonen. Boku no Hero Academia is a coming of age story with a simple plot, but at the same time showcases its complexity of great moments. Somehow it makes you care about every single side character and is fast paced at the same time. There's no filler at all. The fact that you've got a simpleton such as Midoriya with no such quirk making a name for himself and is projecting a viewer like us in his shoes and eventually becoming the successor to All Might, this is exactly what anime needed at this moment of time. An excellent shonen fighting anime everyone can back up behind. You have manga and anime series such as Bleach, Naruto, and most recently Fairy Tail ending, which means all we've got left is One Piece and Oda, and he can't play around with us for too long because the end of One Piece is imminent. Oda has admitted that One Piece is 80% finished so far and is only 20% to go, but I guess in hindsight that's maybe more 200 chapters more. But in this video we'll be giving you an insight towards the meanings behind the anime openings that you may or may not have noticed, and it makes you appreciate them even more than you have now. You know, you guys are singing along to the openings just like me, I guess. So with each individual opening giving us a hint towards this secret story concealed behind the amazing animation. Anyways guys, you already know how it is. Let's go balls deep into this topic, so let's get started. Are you guys saying balls deep with me when I do this now? I don't even know. That would be funny. So, opening 1, The Dream. The very first opening of Boku no Hero has got to be one of those openings that just takes you through a trip of nostalgia. Like seriously, it's as though they have brought our childhood back with this one, mainly because of how it was set out. The feelings and the atmosphere delivers an amazing hype to it all, and the bright colours involved and Deku seeking what he wants most in life regardless of acquiring any quirk. This opening is what put the anime up there with the juggernauts of the anime industry, such as Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and even Dragon Ball. It genuinely brings the times back after constant cliche shonen anime have attempted to reach the level of the big 4, but it took quite some time for an anime to take upon the throne, and that is of course Boku no Hero. The first opening of Boku no Hero goes through the hardships of Deku and his struggle without a quirk. During the very first opening of the anime, we see the silhouette of All Might, also known as the symbol of peace in this supernatural world. Well, we of course see that Deku is reaching out for him, however he is unable to touch him. Well, you guys should get the gist by now, and that is basically the beginning of Midoriya's journey to become one of the greatest heroes to ever live, and his idol being All Might inspiring him to still become a hero, although he has no quirk at all. All Might gives a quick glance under a scenery of dazzling sparkles and colours, but this portrayed in such a way that is all based inside Midoriya's dreams and fantasy of what he aspires to become. This opening is more to do with the startup for Midoriya, while in season 1 he inherits the power of All Might, and from then on he goes through intense training to get into the hero course and encountering his first hand experience with actual villains. So opening 2, The Real World. Opening 2 is where much more logic is taken place, as Deku is in a realistic world compared to the first opening where it's all just fantasy. The opening transitioned from his dreams to reality, and this goes to show that his challenging work and effort has paid off. Yeah, I already know what you guys are thinking. This is some cliche as fuck, like what is this typical anime stuff? But that's the reason why you love this anime so much as well, because of it's reminding us of the classic shonen themes which we are used to watching when we were younger, as well as the inspiration it provides. You can't help but imagine yourself as that person, or wanted to believe that hard work does pay off. Similar to the first opening, it's all centered upon Deku and All Might with their development as student and teacher. The visuals complement this concept of Midoriya stepping into the real world with the likes of skyscrapers surrounding, which could also mean he's reaching for the stars, and the growing, overwhelming pressure he has to take on with his new power. We also see the facial expressions from Deku's face changing since opening 1, as he used to have doubt written all over his face, whereas now he seems to gain a challenging face with a smile to add on top of what he's been going through, being way more confident than he used to be and believe he can overcome these new obstacles in his life. Opening 2 also shows Midoriya replicating the actions of All Might, going into every battle with a smile. It's something Deku has mentioned wanting to imitate on more than one occasion. The second opening goes more into focus of All Might and Midoriya fighting within the same field, rather than watching All Might from afar in a comparison to the first opening. All Might this time is also seen leaping with a whole character profile, but this doesn't mean they are both on equal footing yet, but it's giving each other strength when fighting these villains. Especially with the tournament arc being held at this point, everything fits well because everyone's preparing their minds and bodies for, which had apparently taken over the Olympics once people started developing quirks. That's how popular having powers had become. My personal favourite in this opening would have to be seeing Todoroki using his ice power to deflect some other attacks coming towards him. It's just so badass. This character completely reminds me of Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. Now, opening 3, the day has come. Following the sports tournament arc, there is a huge leap taken from the other two openings in terms of Deku's development. Although the colours have had a drastic change from being bright to sort of dull and regular, it gives us the basic concept that Midoriya has stepped into the big boy world. Now this time, without admiring All Might, Deku is put into more prepared fighting stance as if he's already ready to take on the world. But he is greeted by none other than All Might. This is a major factor for Midoriya, as it's the first time All Might has approached him and not vice versa of him going out to seek him. The development in this series is why we love this show, and if there was anyone out there against Boku no Hero, then there must be some hardcore fan of Boku no Pico instead, bruh. So moving on, one of the things that have caught our eyes is that it's so casual for them to interact compared to the first opening. It seemed as if in the first opening that Deku creamed his pants all over while seeing All Might in his dream. He must have busted some nuts, but now they hold each other's hands, of course no homo, and they smile at one another, and it's the type of handshake of acknowledgement and respect, but it can also connote that All Might is staring at himself when looking at Midoriya and his ambition to become the greatest hero in that world. With that both in mind, their powers interlock, sensing that Midoriya is slowly progressing and controlling his powers inherited from All Might, and what we should expect of the future for Midoriya. The story of Midoriya's journey is summarized in all the openings. However, this is not the ending behind the hidden story, as Boku no Hero has a lot more years to expect, because it's literally smashing the charts everywhere. But Midoriya so far has become a hero in his own right, since he developed so much since fangirling his idol to interacting with him at ease and adjusting to his powers. Midoriya has a long way to go, and this is the next generation of shonen anime, a new big three per se, and hopefully it sets records and set an example for all shonen anime of how it should be done. I mean, for a new show that hardly anyone knew much about before it aired, it has done really well for itself. So guys, we've uncovered the story behind the 3 openings of Boku No Hero and what they probably mean. Well, it was really cliche, but that's what shonen shows are about, and it gives everyone motivation. To be honest, no matter how old you are, we still watch anime ever since coming across Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. That shit was our childhood, and depending on your age, one anime or another must have had this effect on you. Hopefully Boku No Hero has the same effect on the younger generation as the previous had on us. So what do you guys think of this anime? Will Boku No Hero become just as good as the big 4 shonen anime? Tell us down in the comment section below. I'd like to think it would become it because I'm really enjoying it. And obviously thanks to you guys sticking around and watching till the end of this video. Smash the like button and of course hit the notification bell to keep up to date with us with our latest uploads. And follow us on Twitter, Discord and Snapchat or Instagram to keep up with us and get to know us a bit more. And it's really cool interacting with you guys. And of course, we love you guys and we see you next time.